Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the the General Hospital recap for Monday, September 22nd through Friday, September 26th, 2025. Just a heads up. I had a celebration of life this morning that I'm still kind of emotionally drained from. And then I came home and watched Friday's episode. So guys, yeah, tears are happening more than likely, but I am okay. I just am definitely way more emotional. I don't know. I might just be tired by this point. I don't know. That's why I text you. I was like, yeah, I'm just emotionally exhausted. So let's just do this.
Yeah.
Get it all done in one day. That way I don't have to do it on Sunday and relive it all. We do have a lot of pipelines, so I do want to get to that. But I had a couple things so first, when I was listening to the Monica's Lovers, did you listen to it?
I did not. I'm sorry.
You need to listen to it. Because you asked because we talked about, I forget who it was, but they said something about having a tendon replaced in their arm or something like that. And you're like, can that even happen? It can. That's what they use cadavers for.
Ah, okay.
That's what Erica had done for her ACL, was a cadaver tendon.
Ew, okay.
Yeah. No, we named him. And we made
Oh
him the name.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Listen, if you're going to go through this stuff, I've named my anxiety and depression. Well, I'm working on it because I didn't like one of the recommendations because it's the name of my car.
Okay.
If you name your depression or your anxiety, and then I'm going to have to come up with a third name for when they're both hanging out together. So I'm just going to have to come up, they have to have complementary names. That way, when they're like ship names, I can just get mad at them too. But like my friend that suggested it, she named hers Victor.
See, when they're hanging out together, I would give it more a name like a place, like they're doing an activity together. So that would be my whatever.
But you can't tell a place to sit down and shut up.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, you can, but then I feel like we're going to have to add something else to
that makes sense.
Your list of mental health needs.
Okay, I can still say you to naming it, and I don't like.
You could make up a place for them to go to. You could say, you know what, you just need to go to. I'm just going to say Kokomo because I know that that's not a real place.
Okay,
right? Kokomo is not real. Everything else, every other place in that song is, but not Kokomo.
I believe you are correct.
Okay, just like Xanadu. Oh,
that's a fun word to say. So there you go.
And it's Gene Kelly. Okay, we're not getting into that. Not this show. Yeah, name things. It's fun. Anyway, we also mentioned, and I don't think that we added it to our list yet, of we need to do how many fake Quartermaine heirs there have been.
Oh, okay.
And part of me is like, did that happen to come up? And I don't know, something about the end of this week, like what? Who is that? Mm-hmm. Is that going to be one? And I was like, how weird is it that happened the day after I listened to that episode where it was mentioned that we should do fake Quartermaine heirs. Oh, because we were talking about Sky and about how Sky didn't even know that she was not Alan's daughter. Like she definitely thought that she was. Oh, I didn't even tell JD this. Shoot. I had a dream about us meeting Anders Hoves.
Okay.
That we went and saw him at like a completely random event. We were the last ones to sit down and talk with him, much like we try to do whenever we go to meet people. And we talked with him and he was super excited about our show. And we then told him about JD. So going to throw that out there.
All right. Yes.
Even though I keep messing up his name.
It's like on your vision board. You just put it out there into the universe that we'll get that conversation.
Hove. His last name does not have an S. Just like Aldi is not Aldi's.
Okay.
Anders Hove. Okay. So that was my fun squirrel moment for the week that I thought would be significant to mention.
All right.
We have a lot of pipelines, so we'll just get started with that. Just got a couple little notes from Autumn. I would really love videos of anything Robin and Jason related. They are one of my favorite couples ever and just two of my favorite characters ever.
Yeah.
That would be good. We did her and Stone.
Yeah, we didn't do her and Jason.
No.
We should do that.
Never been, because it was the anniversary of Stone's passing when we did it. Wasn't it the 30th anniversary? And then we talked to Michael Sutton.
Yes. Maybe now, though, that we have Emma and she is hanging out with the Quartermaine clan more and getting to know more about them, that it would be appropriate.
There we go. We'll add that to our list also. We have a big list, guys. Also, Autumn, you can feel free to do what one of our other fans is doing and write your own 411 that you would like to share with us so that we can hear the excitement for your favorite character's relationship. I mean, I feel like you and I watched Jason and Robin live, but hearing somebody else talk about it might be fun to relive.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So Autumn, love the suggestion, but also just going to throw that out there. Feel free. We would love to have it. Then another one. What if Nathan is not Cesar Faison and Dr. O's son? What if he is Anna and Duke's son?
Ooh.
Or what if Britt is Anna and Duke's daughter? I see a lot of Robin in her.
Okay, I'm going to veto that only because I don't like that we had Jason and Robin, and then whatever this weird chemistry is between Anna and Jason, and now
that was just for show. That was just for show. It was just for show, Amanda.
No, there was a little extra something there that they were trying to get at, and I think the whole world just shut it down,
ignoring it. Yeah,
right. The whole world shut it down, and so they moved away from it. But for a minute, there was a little something that was like, "Wait, what vibe are we trying to give off here?" And now we're going to say Britt is Robin's sister, Anna's daughter, and she had something with Jason. No.
Okay.
That's my only reason for vetoing it is I can't do that. Jason cannot have all three of them. Ew.
Okay. Didn't they think that Peter was Anna and Duke's?
Mm-hmm.
But also Duke's, not, and then it came out that it was Faison.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I mean, that'd be interesting. So, alrighty. And then we have from Angela. Oh, I'm sorry. That was from Ronnie. I don't know if I missed where you talked about it or not, but I thought I would send a note about the Runarounds TV show on Amazon Prime, which you told me about off screen. You didn't talk about it. Because I remember there was something that I was like, I feel like there was something you were meant to say because it's William Lipton.
Oh, yeah. I
That's the name of the show that you were telling me that he's in it. And he also does, isn't it also his band?
I did not research it enough to know if it's his actual band, but he is in a band on the show. So that's funny, because we were having a side conversation about how we feel like our GH actors belong to us. And so when we see them other places, we're like, hey, that's mine. Why are you using that? And so I had mentioned to you that he was on a new show.
Yep. So one of the stars is William Lipton. Also, according to the song credits, it looks like the members of the band also wrote the songs that appear on the show.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check it out. I've not. It looks like it's for a younger age group than I am. So I just kind of assumed that I would end up watching it with Madeline and then follow along with it. But she's been a little busy. So we have not started a new show yet.
Yep. A mutual friend of ours told me about a book that she read that the lead actress, I cannot talk, guys, this is going to be hard. The lead character was obsessed with GH.
Oh, cool.
So I'll get you the name of it and we'll have to read it. But we have to add that to our, guys, just remember, we are still collecting General Hospital references in pop culture. So when I've been at the gym lately, young Sheldon's been on the TV. They watch General Hospital pretty frequently on that show, but it's great because they always have some kind of an old TV program going on the TV. So I've never watched it because it's just on the screen and I'm listening to something else. But obviously I noticed that he was watching Felicia and Frisco.
Huh.
All right. And then Natasha, yes, Michael and Brook Lynn are equals. Yeah, so I need to correct myself on that one because they're not. Michael is Monica's grandson.
And Brook Lynn's his niece. Yeah.
Yep. So they're not. But I mean, they're the same age, yes, but they are not the same on the lineage. So that was my error. This was not the point of her email. Nope, was not the point of her email. Sorry, I just want to make sure I wasn't skipping ahead. But Michael is Monica's heir and the house belongs to Monica, so it makes sense. Monica could have decided to leave it to Tracy and have it be split between Michael and Tracy. Jason never cared about the house. Here's the thing, we still don't know. Nothing was said.
Right.
Nothing was decided this week. So I think it's going to go to Olivia.
I would love if it went to Olivia, but if it's not going to go to Olivia, then I think it needs to be equal between her grandsons, even though Danny's not old enough to really take ownership of it.
Yeah. Well, but she has a lot. Yeah. There's things. There's a lot of things. Okay. And then Sherry. So Nathan's back. Kind of mad that he's Nathan. Just going to throw that one out there. We'll get to it though. But I'm confused because they have sore-ass James, which is fine. They do it all the time. I know it doesn't make sense. But they aged him to 9. Then Felicia said James wasn't born yet. So when Nathan died and Anna said that Nathan's been gone 7 years. So why didn't they just say that it's been 9 years since Nathan was shot, or not mention that James wasn't born yet? Are they going to undo James's aging, or are we supposed to not even question how a boy has aged 9 years and is only 7 years old? And only 7.
You're supposed to not question it. It's just how it goes.
I like that. Good catch. I was not thinking about that.
Yep.
Did they age him up to 9? So let's see where they did it. I mean, to be fair, Sherry, it sounds like you are a fan of the show. We all know that he's never even had a birthday. So what age is he really? And where's Bailey Lou?
Taking a nap. She's a very tired baby.
Okay, so yeah, born 2018, revised to 2016. So yeah, 9. But then you're right. That is a really good catch.
That was a good catch.
Very nice. I am now also confused. Okay. And the last one we have is just SW regarding Monica's Lovers episodes. Thank you. Because this was that it was less than 2 years into the show. It was before we got really good at our research, and we have never gone back to revisit it to see what we missed. So 1, Alan attempted to kill Monica and Rick by having the roof of a room being built in the mansion collapse on them. He changed his mind and he got them out in time, but Monica figured out he was trying to kill them. So we do talk about that in great detail in Alan's 12-part series.
Yes.
We definitely talked about that. They figured out that AJ was Alan's because of a birthmark. I think we also talked about that in Alan's. And 3, you left out that Monica was dating the judge who gave custody of Georgie to Spinelli. Don't know the extent of their relationship. So I will say, at that time, the only resources we were using was basically General Hospital fandom and to some degree the scrapbook. And so when you look at her relationships on, hold on. Oh yeah, they do have okay, so that must have not been on though, because now he is on there. The judge is on there. But that's when we were pretty much exclusively using fandom.
Yeah,
so that had to have recently been added. Yeah. But good catch. Thank you. So David Walters, it just says Lovers from 2014 to 15. His last appearance was just 2019 for no reason. And it just says desperate Nathan asks for help from his mother and the General Hospital's chief of staff, Liesl Obrecht. Obrecht threatens to fire Monica if she didn't get Walters to change his mind. With Monica's help, Walters reversed his decision and Maxie was finally allowed to see her daughter.
With Monica's help, is that code words for seducing?
I mean, it does say that they are lovers. So thank you. And if there was anything else, I mean, we're at some point. We need to find someone to help us write.
Right. In the next 30 years, we'll go over this again.
Because I don't have all the time to go back and listen to all of them and then do the corrections and still do the new ones and, the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I love that you wrote in and shared that with us. All right. So do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. Oh, real quick. Last week, we didn't talk about Molly and Liz talking about Rick.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like that Liz told her, yeah, so your dad and I are never getting back together. Like,
right.
I don't hate him. I didn't like that Molly was like, but you're good for him. Okay, that's great. He's not good for me. And that matters.
Yeah.
And Liz said, okay, so was it this week? Okay, I don't know because I forgot to put my line here. Okay. I will leave that one was that this week or last week?
Okay.
But for Hulu headlines, on Monday, Sunny and Carly get sad news. Anna receives shocking intel. Cody has Brook Lynn's number. Molly confides in Alexis and Britt is shaken. On Tuesday, Lulu seeks out Tracy. Drew issues new orders. Britt feels guilty. Martin makes a mysterious phone call. And Anna and Felicia debrief. On Wednesday, Tracy tempts fate. Ned and Brook Lynn have a heart-to-heart. Trina has questions for Jordan. Portia seeks out Isaiah. And Felicia frets about James. On Thursday, the Quartermaines and the community of Port Charles say goodbye to Monica. And on Friday, the celebration of Monica's life continues and a surprise guest shakes things up.
Okay.
So what I can't remember was this week or last week is that Liz said something about how Monica always accepted. She was basically like so welcoming about the fact that she was Jake's mom.
Mm-hmm.
But then later on in the week, we saw the clip where not so much, like they didn't show the whole context of it because Monica was not happy at all with Liz. And we just talked about this with Lucky and Liz because she was devastated to find out that Jake was her grandson after he had passed away.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't think that she was unwelcoming to Liz, though. She was just disappointed. I mean, I feel like this week that was the clip that they showed of her saying to Liz, how would you feel if you found out something like this after the fact when there was nothing that you could do about it at that point? And because you do know me on a more personal level, even though it's through work initially, you know that I wouldn't have been a jerk. So why would you not have let me have access to this child that is my grandson?
right. Well, in Liz's defense, though, after the whole Michael thing, that's why.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There was something about the way that Liz said it that made me write that note. But I was like, no, that's not the way that, but whatever. I mean, we saw it later in the week. When did Alexis start calling Molly Cookie?
I don't know. That was so funny after we just talked about pet names last week. And
because Molly said she doesn't like the name Cookie.
Yeah. And then this week, Alexis called her Cookie. And I was like, huh? What are you doing there?
Yeah. No, that's weird. We don't
what?
start nicknames like that as adults.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No. All right. Where do you want to start?
I mean, the whole week obviously runs together. So I guess just start at the beginning. I liked that Sunny and Carly respected their honest relationship with Monica and did not try to push themselves somewhere where they didn't belong. Michael got them both together, told them that Monica had passed. They both were sincerely sad for Michael and just the passing of a wonderful woman. But both of them were like, okay, so if you need anything, you let us know, but we're not going to that funeral. It would not be appropriate. She did not care for us because of everything that happened with AJ. And I was like, thank you for respecting and being honest about where you were in life. Just because you got along as time went on doesn't mean that you belonged at the funeral. So,
right. Even though you came to an understanding doesn't mean it would have been okay, because even if they did, the rest of the family did not.
Exactly. So I just liked the way that all played out. And I loved Ned with Brook Lynn this week whenever they were going to find Tracy, because Tracy got overwhelmed by everything and took off and they couldn't figure out where she was. And it was actually Lulu who was helpful and said, I bet she went to the casino because that makes her think of my dad and that's someplace that she would run to. And so we saw, like, as it all unfolded, that Ned had then called Lois and been like, hey, could you see if you can track down my mom and just kind of make sure that she doesn't gamble the whole estate away or go somewhere else because she is very unhappy. And then during the plane ride over there, Ned starts trying to explain to Brook Lynn about what Monica meant to him. And just his wording. He was like, well, I knew Monica just more intimately than anyone else. And she was like, yeah, Dad, that's like what affair means. Can you not keep talking to me? And he was like, no.
Do you really think I don't know this?
Yes, right. It's like a family scandal. We all know. And he just keeps pushing it. And she's like, I know what that word means. I don't need to hear it. And he was like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we knew each other on a different level because we met each other without the Quartermaine names and got to know each other that way. And then our relationship changed, obviously, once I realized that she was Alan's wife and time moved on. And I was like, I like that they're keeping a respectable boundary there. Ned's not like going on and on like Monica was one of the great loves of his life, but at the same time, it is nice that they started out without the complications as far as being friends.
I just wish they had Ned say the line, I was really a different person back then. Like, that would have been great.
That would have been great.
Because there were so many little hidden Easter eggs throughout the week that would have totally been appropriate for him to have said. Because in case you guys don't know, Wally Kurth is recast Ned.
Yes. Yes,
I
he
forget
is.
the name of the guy who played him, but we just talked about him in Monica's Lovers. So, earlier in the week, though, when Lucy showed up banging down the door to talk about deception, when she walked in wearing red, I wrote down, I love that she wore red, just like her wedding dress to Alan. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Tracy pointed it out. And I absolutely think that was completely intentional, that was to give that little nod.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to go through the stuff off of... Oh, I like that Lois told Brook Lynn about Catherine's poisoning.
Yes. Yes. I
That
love
was
when you
funny.
bring up the history. She's like,
Yeah.
wait, who was trying to kill? Why? It's so cute.
All right. So let's try to get... I think that the only other outside thing was Nathan and Portia and Isaiah. Oh, and Outback a little bit.
Yeah.
So Brook Lynn shows up and sees Outback is there. And she suggests that Outback live with Cody because then Rocco will be able to have the dog there on the weekends that he's spending with Dante.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked about Faison.
They did.
Oh, then there's also that. Britt received a box that said, don't forget to take your medicine. C, the letter C in the bottom corner. Who could that be? And Anna, yes, you saw his brain in a jar on a desk. You did not know what his brain looked like for positive identification, dear. Amanda, I love you dearly. I don't know what your brain looks like. I would not be able to pick that out of a lineup. I'm sorry.
Can't identify it in a jar. We are not that good of friends then.
No. And if you know what my brain looks like, let me know. But yeah, Anna, no, you can't positively identify a brain, as far as I know. But
I just think it's funny because she said it with such authority, the same way that you would say Nathan's dead or that oh my God,
Britt was dead.
Yes, thank you. I could not. Neither one of our brains are working today. But thank you for saving me there. Or that Britt was dead. Like you say it because you say it like it's a fact, but it's not necessarily a fact. So she's like, I saw his brain, but what if it wasn't his brain? And a brain in a jar is a lot easier to fake, I would assume, than someone's death. So yeah, no, I was with you that Anna's like, I saw his brain. That's it. End of conversation.
Unless you saw his brain being taken out of his body, that then went into the jar, that then they sealed in a way that is unable to be unsealed.
Right.
Faison's alive.
JD's going to be so happy.
He is. I already told him that he has to write the 411, and he already started looking up videos.
Aw, that's cute.
I know. I seriously want him to do it.
Yeah, that'd be very cute.
I did like that Anna and Dante took his DNA and fingerprints. I like that they took the extra step to take his DNA to confirm that it's Nathan. But I'm sorry. Why? I know that we're all favor of our own. I know that we all like our own theories the best, but I really feel like it would have been so good if they had him be the doctor to Maxie. And, they could have done it the same way that we saw Lulu in the hospital with just her hands and everything. And we knew that this doctor's taking care of her and it's not Nathan, but all that. So
I agree. I'm not sure.
But he recognized Nina. The second he smiled at Nina, I'm like, shoot.
He recognized Nina and then he recognized Anna as soon as she walked in. He was like, hey, Anna, what's up? So obviously it is him, but I'm just confused, which hopefully will be worth it in the end, as to what the point of all of this is. Because they asked him, where have you been? And he had no idea that any time had passed. He still thought that it was, just yesterday was 7 years ago or whatever.
Well, the last thing he remembered was being shot, and he looked at and he felt his chest, and then he looked down, and he's like, that's how he realized. He's like, wait, how is that healed? Because that was yesterday.
Right. So where are they even going to say that he was? Like, why? Why are we erasing the past 7 years from his brain so that he thinks that the shooting was yesterday? I don't understand.
You think that they killed him, quote unquote, killed him? Because remember, Faison is the one who killed him. Here's the thing that really upsets me the most about us having him come back. And we talked about it when they had him die. The funeral they gave him was like an actual police funeral. And it was beautiful and heartbreaking. And it was so good. And now we just undid it.
Right.
But so Faison, quote unquote, kills Nathan. he is trying to cure Huntington's, and Nathan did not have the marker. So for all these years, he has been using Nathan's DNA and like maybe washing it or something to be able to use on Britt. And that's why Britt is not showing the symptoms the same way that she should be.
But why did Nathan need to be clueless? Like what? You just kept him on ice in an incubator?
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah.
That he has
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're called a control for a reason.
I mean, yes.
Sorry, I should not be joking about that. But I mean, that's a control specimen right there.
It is. It is. I just don't understand why Faison or whoever was keeping him captive wouldn't have let him have some type of life. It's like Britt. They asked her, where have you been?
But that could impact his willingness to be doing this, because he wouldn't do it for Faison. He would probably consider doing it for Britt,
right?
But he would not trust Faison to be doing it.
Okay.
So
I don't know. It just feels very anticlimactic to have him just wake up and be like, what do you mean I didn't get shot yesterday? Okay, well, where's Maxie? And now we have to tell him that Maxie's in a coma somewhere, and hopefully you'll get to see her eventually.
And he's like, we were pregnant.
Yes.
And they're like, yep, and you have a little boy, and he's named after his dad. Oh, and then that's what Felicia walked in. Oh my gosh, poor Felicia.
I know.
No, but Anna didn't go warn her?
Right.
They're best friends.
Even the nurses in his room, they weren't aware that there had been any kind of connection, because she drops the papers everywhere and they're like, oh, are you okay? Like, no, she's not okay. But
that's her son-in-law.
I did like the reaction of her walking out and like Nina walking up, and them both giving each other a look like, is it him? Is it really him? Type of back and forth. That was good.
Well, and I liked Anna reaching out to Nina right away and being like, listen, you're literally the only person that can help me with this.
Right.
And Nina doesn't believe her, all that stuff. But the second he opened his eyes, but then Felicia goes to the stables to pick up James from his writing lesson. And what Cody was telling him, what a great job he was doing. And he's like, my mom tells me that my dad can see me and is watching over me. Do you think my mom's also watching over me? And Cody is so sweet in explaining the difference in how dad is watching over you versus mom isn't able to.
Right.
So, and Mac didn't tell her?
Right. That was the part that was super messed up, because Anna's like,
we don't know that Mac knows.
I guess that's true, but I would think that would have been a courtesy call that Anna made instantly too. Hey, we think we have Nathan here and we're running the blood test. I'm sure he has access to all the tests that they're running. He would have been watching that so that he could be ready to tell Felicia.
True.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's going to be what it is. But like you said, it better be worth it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to him coming back being somebody different.
Me too. And I feel like right now is not the right time for him to be coming back, because like you just said, Felicia is going to have to be the one to break it to James. That's something that Maxie should have been there for. And it would have been interesting to watch Maxie trying to sort out her feelings as she's introducing James to his dad, to take that step back and sort out her feelings from, James has the dad's feelings and her and Spinelli.
Well, right. Who's going to tell Spinelli? Because now she's technically still married, right? Okay. If a spouse is assumed dead, I feel like we've looked this up before, because this has happened many times.
Yes.
If a spouse is assumed dead but comes back alive, are they still married? Pronounced. I'm going to say pronounced dead. Cool. No, the original marriage is legally nullified and the second marriage remains valid, because a marriage is legally dissolved when a spouse is officially declared dead by the court. This was actually just in a book that I read.
Okay.
Yeah. What the heck was that name? The name of that? It was like Two True Loves or something like that.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was like a summer read. It was a good, beach book. That's really all I have to say about that. Oh, I loved Brook Lynn and Cody talking about Gio and Emma, though. Like, they were cute. They're like, so that's new.
And I like the way that Brook Lynn is respecting Gio and letting him figure out his own stuff. And I like just the realistic vibe that it gives. You see her looking at him, getting that like sad mom face of like, oh, my baby's growing up, my baby has a crush, but at the same time keeping the distance of like, no, I can't react to that as, oh, my baby, because you're not my baby at this moment.
Yeah.
You're setting a boundary that you don't want anything to do with me. And I'm glad to see that with Monica's death that they showed Gio coming around and also not jumping the boundaries, because I feel like sometimes it's like they have one nice interaction and then the next day the kid's like, hey mom, and you're like, wait a minute, that is not how that would go. They have to have
Willow
time
and
to
Nina.
build it. Right, exactly. Or it doesn't matter how much time drags on and they're still not having any interaction, and you're like, realistically they're hanging out in the same house, like come on, there has to be a little bit of give and take. And so
Yeah.
I like that this seems to be playing out in what I would think real time would come close to, as far as thank you for coming, I'm so sorry for your loss, if there's anything that you need, those kind of sentences, but not like, oh mom, I'm so sorry you're sad.
Right. What else was outside of that? Oh, Jordan went to see Drew
Mm-hmm.
she went to tell him about Monica.
Yeah, right? She
Or
was,
she just went to check on him just to see how he was doing. But then she was like, you need to be a better man for your daughter.
I mean, I think
Why did
everybody's
she
been
say
saying
that?
that for months.
Well, yes.
I'm assuming that it
That
was
is true.
talking about the restraining orders again. Isn't that where that came from? He said something, because he had whining. That's all he did all week. He's like picking up the slack of Willow because we didn't hear her whine all week. Of, oh, it's
Right.
not
We
my
didn't see how
fault.
she reacted to Monica being, I mean, I feel like that really should have been
That should have been played, and
done.
I know the kids are little, and I liked the way they justified not having the kids at the memorial, but
I did
there
too.
should be a conversation with the kids. I mean, especially Scout and Wiley, like they're old enough that they
Well,
should
and we
be.
never saw what happened with Danny after he overheard Liz.
Right, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was like upset, and then it was just kind of like, oh well, we moved
Right.
on.
We just didn't see them this week. But
Yeah, not
yeah, I
right.
don't know.
But yeah, Drew just like whined all week about how he didn't get to spend enough time with Monica and it wasn't his fault and she would have been accepting, but everyone else in the family was so mean. And everyone just kept saying, are you forgetting the fact that you had restraining orders put against Scout's family? Are you forgetting that Monica is close to all of them? Like what are you talking about? What are you thinking to even
Right.
claim this is some personal injustice? It wasn't. You were the one who was doing things wrong.
Right.
And isn't, okay, so I guess I understand attorney client privilege as far as if I confess that I did something wrong, the attorney needs to not be telling the whole world. But isn't there also some type of duty to the court whenever you hear someone say, oh, I am absolutely going to accuse this person of a crime that I know they didn't commit just because I want to mess up their life because now Monica's dead, it doesn't matter.
You would think so. I'm surprised that Martin is going, well, he has to though, because Drew dropped the charges against him. That was the thing earlier in the week, is that Drew brought Martin in and Martin was like, I'm not doing anything for you. And he's like, funny, because I could just have Stella go back up on those charges.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's great. The charges were dropped against Stella. Oh, Marshall was in for a day and was, I don't know, I feel like he was blaming Curtis for his failing marriage. And then he was telling him about how he was talking to Jordan. Curtis was telling Marshall about how he was talking to Jordan, and Portia overheard that he was with Jordan. And then she flips out on him. Meanwhile, she slept with someone else.
I was literally yelling at my TV because she overheard it because they were all at the house and then they had to question him. And so whenever he was giving his explanation as to where he was, he said, oh, and then I met Jordan for a drink at the Brown Dog. And she gets this nasty, like sour look on her face. And then the second that the police leave and everything's supposed to be going back to normal, she flips out. I was literally yelling at the TV. I was like, don't have an attitude with him. You were just hooking up with Isaiah. How are you going to be mad at him? He was just having drinks. Like, what's wrong with you?
And then her first thing that she did was go to the hospital and tell Isaiah, hey, let's do this. And so he said, we can't just keep it under the radar. We have to keep it off radar. And I was like, isn't that the same thing? No, it's not.
Oh,
Yeah. Under the radar and off the radar are not the same. Under the radar means to operate without attracting attention or being noticed, while off the radar means to be no longer noticed, relevant, or important, or simply not being aware of something. The phrases share a common origin in military aviation, but their modern figurative use differs in their focus.
all right. Yeah, I would have assumed they were the same.
So did I. But I figured I felt like if they were going to have him say that line where he is military,
Hopefully it
they
would make
better have
sense.
gotten that right.
Yeah. But I was disappointed with his reaction to her too, though, because she was like, I know I said that we were done and that we weren't going to do this anymore and that it couldn't happen. But now that I know that my husband had a drink with Portia or with Jordan, then we can be together and it'll be fine. I wanted him to be like, no, my emotions matter here too. You don't get to just flip a light switch because one minute it's inconvenient for you and the next minute it's not. Like, if you are caring about me enough to have some type of relationship, it shouldn't be that flip-floppy. Like, come on. And instead, he's just like, oh, we can hook up more as long as we keep it off the radar. Okay.
I don't know. I know we keep saying it. We're done with Portia.
Yeah.
We're just done with Portia.
Yep. She really made me mad the way that she flipped out on Curtis.
And she yelled at Jordan.
Yeah. Right. She was so snippy. Here.
Why would she be looking for Curtis in your office at the hospital?
Yeah. And then she's like, but we're done. So you can just whatever, because we're done. Okay. First of all, I'm not sure who told her that women that are going after married men wait for permission, because they don't. That's the whole problem with it.
Right.
So thanks, but no, if Jordan was actually going after your man, she knows you're married and should be going after him regardless of what you say, because you're not as part of her equation. So she wasn't going after him. They were friends and they didn't hook up where you and Isaiah did multiple times already.
Yep. Oh, wasn't it? I think Curtis said to Marshall he's not sure Portia's innocent. Didn't he say that? Oh, and then Trina overheard and was kind of nasty with Curtis.
Yes, I did like that her go-to, though, was Jordan respectfully. Like, she showed up at Jordan's house, and Jordan's like, I'm not sure what you're doing here. Like, what do you want? Again, very respectful, but just kind of like, I'm not going to listen to you go off on me like your mother did when I haven't done anything. And then Trina was like, I just need to understand that the relationship is breaking up, and I needed to hear it from you that you're not any part of it because, you know, my mom's upset because she thinks that everything is everyone else's fault and not hers because she can't take responsibility for anything. And so then Jordan got to be like, no, your dad and I are friends. We used to be romantically involved, but I'm not pursuing him. He is not pursuing me. We have nothing to do with whatever is or isn't going on in your parents' marriage.
They weren't just romantically involved. They were married.
Yes, I agree. But I think she did just say romantically involved. I don't think she talked about their marriage at all.
Maybe. I did like that she told Trina to stay far, far away from the shooting because the more she gets involved, the more they're going to look at her. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't want that to be a sign of what's to come.
No, we've already had Trina go through this false whatchamacallit.
Right. I feel like at this point, the only suspect that makes sense for them to still be asking questions to, even though I don't want to see it happen, would be Kai, because they would have absolutely run Prince on the baseball bat by now.
Yeah.
And it would have come up him and they would have wanted an explanation. Hopefully they would just take from him. I'm not sure why it was on the floor, but yeah, of course my prints are on it. I've been all over his house before and he showed me his bat once or whatever.
Right.
But they're acting like the prints wouldn't be back yet. They absolutely would be.
Yeah.
We saw it when Nathan's prints were back in, 20 minutes? But we still don't have the prints back from the baseball bat, 2.5 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
What else happened?
Oh, back to Britt. I feel like we're going like all over just playing ping pong with the subjects. Her attitude's off.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, the way that she was talking to Jason. I know she's angry with him, but making jokes about him needing to go to a funeral for someone that he offed was completely beyond something I feel like she would have ever said.
Yeah.
And then she felt guilty whenever he was like, no, actually, it's for my mom. So,
Yeah. But there were just other things she was saying too, and I can't remember what they were. I did not do really good notes this week.
Trying to think if there was anything else that registered extra weird.
Oh, Rocco met Britt.
Yes, he did. I feel like Charlotte saved him with that one because she went out and was like, hey, Mom, just want to let you know he's in there talking to Britt. And Britt said that she had seen pictures of him on social media before, but she had not requested to follow him. And he said, well, if you send me a request, then I will accept your friendship.
Yep, I did like that.
But Britt talking to Lulu again was ridiculous. I do feel like she was off there also. I know she gets, real snarky, like, that's Ben and he's her son, but Lulu went to her saying, let's come up with a compromise so that you can talk to Rocco because I understand how you feel, and more importantly, he feels like there's a connection here, but I want there to be ground rules. And she instantly got nasty and was like, you wouldn't even have him if it wasn't for me, and that he's my son more than he's your son. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to get visitation of any child, you would start by playing nice. Now, if you have to get nasty eventually, okay, maybe. But who are you to come in after all these years and be like, oh, that's my son, when it's obviously not?
Right. And I feel like they're actually changing how they're writing Lulu right now.
Thank God.
I know, seriously. But they really had her accepting of the situation.
She's putting her kids first for once. We saw her interact with both of her children. She was asking Charlotte again about did she want to go see her papa or whatever is going on with her papa in a kind, respectful manner. And then she's letting Rocco have whatever experience he's trying to get from Britt so that he can answer whatever questions are in his head. But yeah, of course, as a mom, she's going to be overprotective. Like, you're the kind of woman that would steal my embryo. What do you mean I shouldn't be concerned that you're talking to my kid?
Right.
I just felt like, I don't know, maybe Britt's off because she doesn't feel like she belongs there, but she's being nasty to people beyond the normal Britch nastiness.
Right, exactly. Just doing a quick skim before we get into all the sadness.
Oh, you mentioned the cookie thing between Alexis and Molly.
Oh, yeah.
That was basically just a conversation between them where Molly was admitting that she has feelings for Cody and she's not sure what to do about it or where to go from there. But she didn't feel like she could have the conversation at home because she's noticed that Christina's been there a whole lot lately.
Mm-hmm. And she told her what Christina did.
Mm-hmm. Which Alexis didn't seem that shocked by. So
she didn't. And she kind of said the same thing that we have been saying. It's like, in a really weird way, though, it was kind of sweet that she was trying to help you, but at the same time, absolutely understand what she did was messed up.
Right.
Oh, Cody did refuse to take the reward money.
Mm-hmm.
Because what did he say? Outback found him.
Yes, Outback found him. And
he called her Princess Pie.
I like how dorky he is with her. And that's one of the things that Molly's telling Alexis is he can't be that bad because he didn't take the money from Sonny.
Right. Okay, that's it. So we've already talked a good bit about, people finding out about Monica and everything, but they finally did the memorial service started on Thursday, and Jason played the host.
Yeah.
That was great. I thought that was so nicely done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like they really got the right mix of bringing up that it had to be uncomfortable for Jason, but Jason saying he was going to do it for Monica, that he would play, family representative because Tracy and all them weren't there yet. And then just the stories that they told as people went up to give their part of the eulogy or speech, whatever, that they really kept to telling the truth. Like even Lucy, whenever she went to get up, and she said she was doing
goodness gracious.
She said she was doing it to give Tracy a little more time to get herself together. But Felicia is like, no, sit down. That's not appropriate. Like, do not get up. And she's like, nope. And she walks up there and starts talking about everyone knows what Monica and I shared, and then she's actually talking about the nurses' ball, and then eventually she does get into the fact that they were both married to Alan, but she continued to say, I was actually really jealous of Monica because she was this
Yeah.
beautiful, successful woman, and how could I not be? And gives her props for all the things that she did, that she obviously cared about the nurses' ball as much as Lucy did, and that she saw the other sides of the AIDS crisis because she was a doctor, so she was dealing with people that needed help and stuff. I really felt like each speech hit on that relationship really well. It wasn't like they just stood up there and were like, oh my God, Monica was so great, and acted like all this bad stuff never happened.
Well, and before like anyone even got there, I think Laura was one of the first, and she went to Jason and said that her mom was going to come, but she came down with a bug, and she is thankful that they became friends in the end, which means we're going to have Leslie pass away soon. Poor Laura.
Right.
She's going to lose her mom and Robert.
Yeah.
In like a minute. And then Lulu was telling Jason about the time that Monica didn't kick her out, but that was like just to Jason. She's like, yeah, it was always nice that Monica let me still stay, even if she was kicking out Tracy and my dad.
But she was saying it to illustrate to him, though, that he was always part of the family, even if he wasn't actively there, because he was really feeling bad about the wasted time that he wasn't spending with Monica, and that he he definitely kept her out of his life, and that she constantly was just like, hey, I love you. If you don't want to talk to me or you don't want to let me in, that's fine. But it's not going to change the fact that I'm your mom and I love you. And when you are ready, I will be here for you. So, and I did like the fact that they, piqued our interest in what was going to happen even more so between Dante and Brook Lynn with Geo, because as Jason was talking about my mom, it kept showing like them kind of giving each other side looks, and Dante giving Lulu a side look when they were talking about love in different ways.
Never going away.
Show. Yeah.
Talking about grief and love. No.
I knew you weren't going to be for it, but there was a look there.
There was a look. Yes, I will acknowledge the fact that there was a look.
But yeah, I thought it was really nice. So she didn't tear up like Liz talked, and like you said earlier, talked about how wonderful Monica was with Jake and accepting everyone. I didn't tear up then. It was whenever Jason was talking about my mom and saying that he loved her and whatever, and whenever then Tracy turned around and was talking about her friend, and they did all the flashbacks. I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting choked up here.
I'm checking to see, because I looked earlier in the week and I don't think I found it. Hold on. There's a good chance that she didn't, but I was wondering if Leslie Charleston wrote the note that Ned read.
Aw, that would be sweet if she had.
All right. It's saying no. I think that, especially where we knew she was sick, they knew she was sick. And we love new Michael. Like, he is doing so well.
Yes.
But I really wish they had Chad Duell come back just for one day. And they didn't show any Monica and Michael scenes. And in these situations, it is absolutely okay to use previous cast, and I was kind of bummed about that one.
Yeah.
And we didn't see anything with AJ.
Nope.
Okay. I know that I'm a sucker for this one, but they should have had, because we don't have Ghost Alan yet, or didn't have, they should have had, the Edward, Lila, Alan, Bax, but AJ and Emily, actors and like the portrayers, Emily or Natalia Livingston and Sean Kanan are both alive. And they could have been like standing on the stairs or something. There's a way that they could have done that where they showed Monica. Oh, do you know what would have been good is if they had showed her leaving the house?
Yeah.
Crap.
No, I agree.
Snuck out of nowhere. Sorry.
It's okay. I was shocked that they didn't have someone, like any of the past characters, like you said, someone come and like take her with them. And I know,
or at least Alan.
Yeah, and maybe they couldn't have shown them walking off into heaven like they've done with some of the actors in the past, since Leslie Charleston is already gone. But something that,
but
like,
that's when they've done
that.
It. They did that with Edward meeting Lila.
Yeah.
That's where it started. Oh, and we didn't see any Edward or Lila.
No, it was all like Tracy's reaction to their reaction. It wasn't.
Yeah.
There was no flashbacks of them.
Because there was a lot of talk of how much Edward and Lila loved her.
Mm-hmm.
I did love, though, that Tracy, I'm so thankful she got up and spoke.
I know.
And the whole reason she did is because she escorted Drew out. And to some degree, I felt bad for Drew this week.
No.
For that.
No.
Okay, everything else.
No. He does not.
I kind of felt bad. About the Monica stuff, I felt bad.
No, he doesn't deserve to have anyone's sympathy whenever he himself admitted that he didn't even answer her phone call because he assumed that she was going to be yelling at him about the fact that he got restraining orders against the whole family.
And there's a good chance that she was.
There is a good chance, but knowing that she wasn't doing well, if your mom calls, you answer her no matter what.
Yeah.
So I have no sympathy for him. And I'm glad that him coming seemed to push Tracy into speaking. But I also didn't understand why they even gave him the acknowledgement that they did. Like, Michael had already wrapped it up. Everyone said they didn't, like, no one else wanted to talk. So Michael wrapped it up, invited everyone back to the house. He was stepping down off of the altar away from the podium so that they were all going to walk out of the church and go to the Quartermaines. When Drew came wheeling in there, I think everybody should have just been like, it's over, sorry, like you missed it, and walked past him and not even given him the satisfaction of having a conversation or wheeling him out of it, because like, you were already late and missed it, dude. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
But
that is true.
She pushed him out, and then she gave the speech about how they became friends and that she was going to be sad that she was the only one left. And then it did show them back at the house, everyone talking. And then that was whenever they showed more of like the fact that Gio came back and stuff, and they were excited about that. But I didn't understand why they were so upset, confused, whatever, that Tracy then did disappear again. Like, of course she went to the crypt. You knew she was going to go to the crypt.
Right.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's like, she received everyone. Everything was good. Yeah, she's going to go down to the crypt.
No, I absolutely, like, I actually thought that's where she was going to be the first time.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was going to be down there talking to Alan.
Yeah.
They placed her picture next to his at the hospital.
Yeah, that was nice.
They didn't have the in memory of Leslie Charleston at the end of Friday, though.
Oh, maybe that'll be next week.
Maybe
we have to.
When Laura and Lulu were talking at the house, and she said Monica came to her wedding to Luke, and Lulu said her and the rest of the world, which was a fact.
Right. Right.
Like, that was one of those cute little quips that I was like, well done. Very, very nice. Yes.
Yeah. Everyone did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get the in memory after next week whenever they reveal to us who this new character is supposed to be, because in walks Tracy and is like, who are you? And she's like, you must be Tracy. I've been waiting forever to meet you. And I have no idea who she's going to be.
Not a clue.
I thought for the longest time they were going to portray her as Monica's sister, but I feel like Tracy would have known if Monica had a sister.
Maybe. But also, she wouldn't have been able. We really do. And we haven't seen Yuri.
Nope, no Yuri.
Oh, wasn't Monica adopted?
Was she or Amy was?
I think that Monica was adopted.
Okay, I remember them talking about adoption, like with Laura and Amy, but I didn't know if Monica was.
Amy
also.
wasn't. Laura was.
Laura was. Okay. See, I couldn't remember if it was Laura or Amy.
Because Amy is Amy Vining, and then Laura was Laura Vining, but then they found out that Leslie, all that stuff. Okay. We did do a whole 411 too. It was a two-parter about Leslie. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I know they're not related, but like my brain clusters them together because they were like of the same time. So that's why I was like, was it Monica or?
No. How many times do we have to talk this stuff through? But I think it is, because I think that was one of the things that
she shared with Emily.
And I think that's like what made her willing to be so accepting of Jason. And
okay,
I mean, I feel like you don't have to be adopted to have that heart, but
right.
Hold on, this is gonna drive me crazy. She grew up off screen in an orphanage.
Okay.
That was before being fostered by Gail Baldwin.
Okay.
Drawing on her own trauma. Because stuff happened. And that's when Monica and Laura bonded after Laura was assaulted.
Okay.
Because Gail's husband had assaulted Monica.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, and you know what, though? There was this, I watched this one little clip. I didn't watch the whole episode, but Steve was talking to Bradford about how they had done all the scenes before their big break over the summer. And he's like, he had to do all that. Oh my gosh, Jason is killing me. I mean, I was done. It was,
he's amazing.
It was so good the way that they're having him talk,
Right.
And
but what's the story? The missing story. Did you pick up on that?
He didn't. No, he didn't say anything. He didn't share it yet. I hope he does. I hope that he does.
I hope he does too.
But Steve said that, obviously that was very emotional for all of them to be doing. And he actually did acknowledge, he's like, it was, I'm almost positive. He said something about, it was weird to be talking about Monica being there, knowing that Leslie wasn't there. And then for them, so we were right. Like that could not have been easy for them. But then they finally did the scenes and then went on break. So it's almost like it was by design that they did this hard emotional stuff and then gave them the break to be able to. Yeah, they came back from break and had to do more.
Oh, well, that's a nice thought.
But so I don't think we're done. I think that, obviously, the stranger has something to do with Monica. We don't.
Maybe she's not her sister then. Maybe she's someone from the orphanage that Monica kept in touch with.
Oh, but why would she care about Tracy?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why anyone would care about Tracy. Like, even if she is her sister, her cousin, or whatever, I get it.
Well, because it wasn't necessarily a nasty, you must be Tracy. It was a...
But I've been wanting to meet you. I've been wanting to get to know you type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, totally off. Not totally. They remembered Dawn, Monica's daughter.
Yes.
Who we never talked about. They mentioned her.
Yep.
Because that was actually my first thought. And then I did the age thing and I was like, no, there's no way that that's Dawn.
Excuse me, no.
But Martin was giving Drew ideas on how to take down Tracy.
Yeah.
Is this lady who wrote the letter that Martin found.
Oh, okay.
And Martin called her to come.
Okay.
Oh, because that would be why Martin was saying that you have to do it from the inside.
Yeah.
Like the Quartermaines are going to self-implode.
Right. Oh, that would be interesting. Okay, I'm here for that.
But why did she write the letter? And why did it go to the gatehouse? Or why did it go to Drew's? Oh, no, that's right. We talked about the fact that the kids probably just picked up mail.
Right, because they were coloring on the back
still
of it.
Totally random.
Yeah.
I'm adding this to the list of things that I'm right about. And I'll delete it if I'm not. That's how we have to start doing this.
Right. We're just right about everything. We're going to assume.
Yes. And Faison's alive and kept Nathan in medical coma to test for cure for Huntington's. I think that's it, though.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else. I mean, it was an emotional week, but it was good. I liked the way they did it.
I did, too. I don't feel like we were totally bratty because we were not the only ones that were impatient for this.
No, and like we said, I do believe if they hadn't kept referring to her, we would have been okay. Like, I didn't want it to go on forever, but we would have been okay. It was the fact that they just kept talking about her, which made people speculate, were they really going to try to replace her? And that was just a no. Just a no.
No, that's a hard no.
So I'm glad that now we know that's not what they were doing or what their intention was. So.
Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the week, I forgot to say that this upcoming week we will be on Lucky number 50. And it's Lucky and Liz 40.
Okay. You always say that at the end anyway. So
I know. Well, that's what I was like, oh, shoot, we're going into reality check. And I did not say that at the beginning. So I'm not going to be able to do my recap the right way. So now I'm saying it at the end of the episode before we get into reality check. So that way I can do the callback to the announcement of this week's 411 being Lucky and Liz, or Lucky 50 and Lucky and Liz 40.
Okay.
Reality check.
So how was your week?
It was good. It was pretty uneventful. It was so rainy here all week. It made you just want to stay in bed and do nothing. Not that I got to stay in bed and do nothing, but that's what I felt like. And then this weekend was busy with all of Madeline's stuff. Yesterday was our local high school has a night every year that they invite the younger kids to participate. So, like, if you are on the younger football team, to come and like run down the field and they announce your name and your number and stuff. If you're on the cheer team, to cheer with the older cheerleaders. If you're in the band, to come out and get that experience of being on the field and playing whatever the opening number is and stuff. And it's a big deal. Like, it's one of those games that it's always packed. In fact, the 50-50, not that it's relevant, but just to show you how many people were there, the 50-50 for last night's game, what you would win if you won was $980.
What?
Yeah. So,
and how much were tickets though? How much were tickets? That
they're like, it's only like $5 or $10. It's not
okay. So yeah,
like you can get like the small amount or the arm's length or whatever. It's not outrageous. It was just that's how many parents were there. So it's very nice. Madeline's participated in it most years that it's happened and whatever. This year it was extra special though, because the middle school cheered for one quarter. And then, as I've said before, she's finishing out her time at the midget team. And so they got to cheer at another quarter. So she got to do both of those. And then today was actually, they call it their senior night, which annoys me because she's not a senior and she's nowhere close to being a senior. And I don't want to think about it. But senior, as far as
about that when you were talking to me about it, because I'm like, maybe I misunderstood this. But
no, that's what they call it. But I mean, it makes sense. It's like the senior of the organization. Like, they can't go past this age frame, so they're the seniors, but they get like a special banner and stuff. And one of the moms made them sashes that said senior and the year and stuff. And then the parents get to walk with them across the field, and they each have a paper that they fill out that's like, my favorite memories, something I'll never forget, something that people may not know about me or whatever. And so it's just nice to hear the kids, talk about they have enjoyed their time there, because this is her 8th year. So it's been a big part of our lives for all of this. And it's just a really great organization. So it was nice. And like, they got little flower pins for the moms to wear and stuff. And they did a big balloon arch, and the photographer comes and gets pictures. And her dad and Ryan and I walked her across the field. So it was very nice. And like a bunch of my family, like all my kids came, and my mom and my brother came. And so it was just a very special, like, all about Madeline kind of day that was nice, because we don't get as many of those as I would like. So it was sweet. Yeah. But now she's at her dad's for the rest of the weekend, and I'm going to enjoy that I have nothing to do for the next 24 hours before I get her back. So how about you?
My daughter turned 22 this week.
She did.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Neither do I. I mean, love it, but
I feel like she just turned 21 like last week. I swear to God, we just had this conversation about her being old enough to drink, even though she doesn't want to drink or whatever. Like, I swear it was just last week. So why is she 22 already?
I agree. And we, our Wednesday night yoga class had been canceled. Oh, it was canceled for that week. And I had shared that, we started going basically bowling with the group on the month of August when classes had been canceled for the month. So one of the young men was like, hey, let's go to, this local huge bowling. What is it? It's bowling. There's an escape room. There's the arcade. There's a full restaurant. There's the beer garden. There's all those things. Mm-hmm. It's one of her favorite places in the world. So I was like, of course we're going to have to go there, because it was on her birthday. Her birthday was Wednesday. So it was nice. Mm-hmm. We were able to celebrate with all of them. And, and on Friday, she and I did. So they asked us participants if we wanted to help with like a photo shoot. And we were like, okay, we don't know what you're doing, but sure, we'll be there on Friday. They were taking pictures of the participants doing the different poses to help teach their teachers, because there are different ways that the participants do the moves that aren't necessarily typical of how moves are done in yoga. So it was really nice to see them, showing how their community frequently does certain poses.
Nice.
So that was fun. So we're going to be famous. And yeah, it was a hard week. Like I shared at the beginning, like there was a celebration of life this week, and just what did I share? I shared in my Bible study on Thursday. I'm like, it was just as good as it was bad. I'm like, so right down the middle is kind of where I'm evening out. But yeah, I guess that's the big thing was her birthday.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad she had a nice birthday. I know it's hectic and crazy and expensive with all the things that we do sometimes. But
yes,
I'm glad that
she and I
got
skipped the gym and had breakfast, and then we went shopping and got a bunch of clothes. So that was nice.
I can't wait to see what she does to the clothes because she loves to modify things and make funky outfits. I can't
She's already done it. She got this really cute denim jumper, and I think that she got it because I have one that I got for Austin because we were doing it was like, we were in Austin, so of course we have to do something denim themed, for our night out on the town, whatever, and that's what we were asked. And I was like, okay. And so I bought a denim jumper, and I've worn it now twice because then I went to a baby's first birthday last week. That was her first rodeo, and so Western wear was encouraged. I'm like, sweet, I can wear this again because I am not the personality that feels comfortable necessarily wearing a denim jumper just on a Tuesday afternoon.
Right.
I know some people are. I'm just not, but I'm like, sweet, I can wear it again.
Nice.
And so she's commented on it when she sees it and I wear it. And so I think that's why she got it. But she added, because it was kind of just like a halter top, but she added like a shirt underneath it. It is so cute how she wears it.
That girl definitely has style. It makes me very jealous.
She is my go-to. She checks me. If I'm stuck, she's who I go to. Even if I don't think I'm stuck, I get her approval. My favorite is when she thinks I need eyeliner. She's like, you need to wear eyeliner. I'm like, okay. And she did it on me one time because the girl can do cat eyes, like the bat wings and everything really well. So yeah, I did not teach her. But yeah, so join us on Thursday as we continue and are close to wrapping up Lucky Part 50, and it'll be Lucky and Liz Part 40.
All right, so have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.